Okay, so when did the Charities singers started singing? Do you remember?
Um, well, we used to, because we started off the Jackson Trio,
Okay, and
me
who?
and Mary and my mom.
Okay, so you were the Jackson Trio.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Mary, me and Mary and my mother would sing sometime in church. Then after Mary, uh,
Now, did you guys sing outside the church, or was it primarily in the church?
uh, we did most of our singing in the church, our church.
Okay.
Uh,
So when did?
Because we was all, even my mother was a member, we was like members of the gospel chorus
Okay.
or uh, the uh, the main choir.
Mm-hmm.
We was in that because we used to sing in all the programs they had, like the cantatas and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when did you started singing as far as the charity singers? When did that start?
Oh boy. Well, Tony wasn't with us because she was living with Joe by then.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Now, did you guys just happen to just to try to start singing together, or did you? What made you decide to get together and form a group and call it the Charity Singers?
I don't. We must have sang from when we were little or something. Because me and my mother, me and my mother and Mary, uh, we started singing. And like when there was different programs and stuff, they would ask us to sing.
Yeah, but I'm saying like with your daughters, like when did you realize? Oh, okay, they can sing, and let's have a little singing group.
I don't think we planned it. It's just that when we sang a lot at home
Mm-hmm.
when we were younger.
Okay. Now did someone?
Cause me and Mary and
But
my mother used to sing. Cause Sugar and them, they wasn't really members of the church.
yeah, but I'm saying as far as you and Yvette and Celeste and Mickey, did someone ask you guys to sing and form that group, or did you just say, hey, let's start singing at church?
No, we didn't even say that. I think we just sang together at home,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I really don't know how we really started just singing in church. Uh, it's just like some people may, because we sang, because Ethnic Temple, we sang a lot with the choir,
Mm-hmm.
and
But as far as being the charity singers, did someone say, oh, you guys should have a group and call yourselves the charity singers, or did as you started singing, you came up with the name and say, oh,
we just started singing at home,
mm-hmm.
and I don't, things like that. I never paid attention to it.
Okay, so how did you start? Because you guys started singing at other churches outside the church. So when did that happen?
Well, when we came up, I know when we started coming up, there was always people who had programs at their church,
Mm-hmm.
and they asked you, and they would agree, because we never, I know as far as I was concerned, uh, the songs that we did sing together, like me and Mary and my mother. My mother was already belonging to some groups,
Mm-hmm.
and I never really thought about it when we first got started. All I know, I could never tell you how. And then being in church, we would go and visit uh, people who were sick. And
Yeah.
it was not always just our family, because a lot of times there was people in the church. They was looking for somebody to sing in a group with somebody.
Okay.
And
So was she soprano, alto? What was she?
she was like a contralto.
Contralto. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. My mother was singing in them groups way before us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
And
when you had the Jackson Trio, did you guys sing a cappella as well? Did you have someone play?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you really didn't even have to worry about nobody playing the piano.
Yeah.
You just provided your own, and then when they had programs at church, they'll say, "Oh," they'd go and ask you to sing on your program,
Mm-hmm.
and then after Mickey and them had they would. I know they after when they started. They started.
Can't think of what you.
Because I think, but then Mickey always had a really, really nice voice,
Mm-hmm.
and
No.
we just didn't start off singing. We'd try and see how we sounded together.
Mm-hmm. Now, were you guys, when you were singing around the different churches, were you guys the only ones singing a cappella? Or were there other a cappella groups?
Some people had music, and it was mostly church groups.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when we started, when they found out that there was a charity singers, they would that's how they asked us to come and sing on programs. And we were the only a cappella group.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they liked our. They talked about how our harmony was so close
Mm-hmm.
and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we started getting invited places once. I don't even remember when we first got started, but people don't have a lot of programs and stuff. Seems like now, like we
Yeah.
first started off.
Right.
And then if we were given something, we'd invite them to our church.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever we was in charge of. And I think we started when the group, we sang with Marlene and them. What was that guy's name?
Curtis Lewis?
Curtis.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they had heard about us
Mm-hmm.
and invited us to join their groups.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we would go and
Because, you guys used to go practice at Aliquippa, didn't you?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's where we would go for rehearsal and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And Curtis had some songs we sang. Our choir sang a cappella too.
Mm-hmm.
And people was glad to get you on your program when they knew that you sounded pretty good, and
Mm-hmm.
and your music was a little different and stuff like that when we came up.